Hey! Dude, I was doing something! Oh, sorry, my bad. You got something in the mail? Yeah, it kinda seems important. Okay, let me see it. Holy shit! Hello there, my name is Chunkedname, you call me Chunked, and welcome to Chunk Does, where I do random things in public. This is the first episode of the series, and I think we're gonna start this off with a bang. Today, we have full access to AVCon, a convention that's based on anime, video games, and pretty much everything pop culture related. Now enough stalling, let's start off with Day 0. Nothing happened on Day 0. Okay, unfunny joke aside, there was almost little to no footage for Day 0 because my anxiety-ridden ass didn't want to say dumb shit on camera, so it's mostly B-roll for this day. After being stuck in the city for 10 to 15 minutes because I didn't know where the convention center was. I am like a minute away. I'm probably fine. I ended up finding it, but I did not know where the entrance was. Luckily, some security guards put me in the right direction.
So if you're on the outside.
Outside?
Yep, walk around the other end, and then go up the staircase and through the west entrance on the other end.
Oh, okay. Yep, thank you.
Okay.
Now knowing where I needed to go, I can finally go and grab my badge. Oh yeah, in this scene, I am 100% jaywalking. You just caught me jaywalking. That's great. Don't call the police. After doing that, I went up to the desk where they were handing out badges. And my social skills are garbage. Holy crap, looking back at this footage is horrible. You could just tell that I'm not a social butterfly.
Hey, I applied for Media Pass and they've emailed me about it.
Yes, what is your name?
My name is Ann. I applied under Chunkedname.
Yep, I've got it. There it is.
Yep, thank you.
Have a good day, mate.
Yep, thank you.
Got it, baby. Got it. Yeah. This took way too long to get. Holy shit. Once I got my badge, I sat down for a bit because, well, I needed a break. I mean, I walked around the city for like 10 to 15 minutes. You think my legs aren't broken? And as I was sitting down, I was just thinking about how this weekend is gonna go because I had so much planned. That, spoiler alert, didn't happen because I was so anxiety ridden. I mean, there was a parade that was gonna happen at 6 p.m, but the time was 3 p.m, and I didn't have anything to do, so I needed to preoccupy myself. And what a better way to do so is by playing Dance Dance Revolution for 3 hours straight. We're here at After I finished my 5th or 6th set, yes, I have an obsession, don't judge me, I met a guy who was watching me clear a 15 on DDR, and this guy, holy shit, he was so overwhelmingly extroverted. Ah, Jesus Christ, that was a hard song. Yeah, I get that, you know? It's kind of hard when you're trying to step on the arrows.
I mean, like, I don't really get how you do that kind of stuff.
God, I'm such a... He was actually pretty cool, though. He paid for some of my games in Mario Kart and got me some drinks on the house, because somehow, he was cool with all the people working there. Hey, sup, man? Yo, good to see you again. Oh, who's your friend? I just met him at the DDR machine. Well, a friend of yours is a friend of mine. What'll it be? Just a couple Pepsis, that's all. Okay, coming right up. After I got done and packed up after the, overwhelming extroverted energy that I felt in there, I got ready to go to the starting area of the parade. Until suddenly... So, I had to walk in the rain with no umbrella while everything was cold and I hate everything. And then my camera died. So I just had to use my phone to record. Ah shit, it's almost dead. Well, let's try and get as much footage as possible before you die. Once I got to the area where everyone was meeting up, that being this very nice pigeon statue, very majestic and very metallic. I saw some cosplayers and some of the photographers there, and once it hit 6 p.m, we all went on a walk to the movie theater, and I ended up meeting some friends. The way that they noticed me was by my lock screen. That being... yeah, I'm a narcissist. Anyways, back to the movie theater. The people running the convention were gonna play a screening of Pokemon Heroes, but due to licensing, we ended up watching Suzume instead. The photographers that were there decided to get photos of the cosplayers that were there, and I decided to sneak into where the photographers were taking photos.
I want to flip them off so bad, but I'll probably get my media badge revoked if I do.
We got some free food before the movie and I had like 2 bottles of Pepsi right after I drank an entire cup before I got there. I finished my food, grabbed some popcorn, and sat down in my seat. This was my first ever experience watching Suzume, so let's see how it... Yeah, I was quite literally speechless at the time. The movie was actually pretty good though, and my phone is dead. So, I needed to find a way to call somebody or get somebody to take me home. That's when I remembered that my sister was working and that I had enough time to catch a tram and walk to where she was working. The tram ride was a bit cramped. I barely had any room in there, but once I got off, I ran there like my life depended on it. And thank God I did. Because the place was still opened and my sister was still there. Oh yeah, the place she was working at was a Korean fried chicken restaurant, so I grabbed some dinner there and I went home with my sister once they closed. There was an after party I could have attended, but the venue was... And yeah. Now that day 0 was done, we can finally start on day 1. I overslept on day 1.
Okay, I just got dropped off in the middle of nowhere and I am late. Oh god damn it.
I was late by like 10 minutes. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. Once I got in, I met up with one of my friends, Jet. I'll call him JJ or Bon in this video. It'll be easy for me. After meeting him and talking with him for a bit, I went and immediately tried finding rhythm games, but not before visiting the artist alley, and holy shit, it was so cramped.
Now time to head to the artist alley. Oh, holy shit. I can't tell if you can see that, but there are so many people in the artist alley. Holy crap.
Once I finally got through the tsunami of people, I sprinted toward the rhythm games, and what I found was... Oh shit, I didn't see you there, old friend.
They're running it with a goddamn Tatacon. God damn, why didn't they use a Taiko Force? This is dumb.
So pretty much everything was off in the hall. Like literally nothing was on. So I was basically stuck doing nothing for a couple minutes. I pretty much just spent most of my time walking around and looking through the halls with nothing to do. Then I decided to look through the cafeteria and holy sh**, what? $12 for a sandwich? I ended up meeting with a friend later on and we both decided that we weren't going to spend ludicrous amounts of money in this cafeteria. So we decided to go into the city to get some cheap fast food and play some DDR. That's right, I did it a second time. This time my friend got footage of me so I can use it as B-roll. Oh yeah, by the way, to all the rhythm game players who see it as ITG, I'm calling it DDR to make it easier to the casuals. Once we finally got done with our sessions, we were about to leave. God.
Rain, go away. Go ahead and piss off. I hate you.
I had to run through a shit ton of rain before I got back to the convention center. Once I did though, I collapsed. And what a perfect time for my friends to take a photo of me dead on the ground. Right after doing that, I met up with more of my friends and one of them has an insane addiction to gacha and gambling. I'm not gonna expose who, but just know we had to stop for a bit because we were waiting for one person to finish up with their gambling obsession. Actually, change the phrasing. Change obsession to addiction. Something funny I found was, we found a booth that was completely empty and all they had was a small gacha ball in it and nothing else. It's literally just that and that's it. Like the next day, it was gone and there was still nobody there. Speaking of the next day, this is the end of day 1 and now we're moving on to day 2. At the start of day 2, I decided to not go directly into the convention center. Instead, I made a small pit stop in Chinatown. Yes, the place where I almost shit myself and watched somebody buy a baguette. No, I'm not going to provide context for that. In this case, I didn't do both of those things and I was just going to go grab some special coffee. That being Boss Coffee Rainbow Mountain Blend. I mean, it just tastes like coffee. There's nothing really that special about it. Then I decided to head back into the convention center, but out of the corner of my eye, I saw posters for an Ichiban Kuji.
Oh, holy shit.
Alright, some of you don't know what an Ichiban Kuji is, so I'm gonna explain just for a quick second. Here's a timestamp if you already know what it is and you just want to skip through this part. For those who don't know what an Ichiban Kuji is Japanese for number 1 lottery or the best lottery, where you pick a ticket and you get a letter that corresponds to a prize, usually ranging from A to G. Sometimes Ichiban Kuji prizes are limited edition and are only available to be won by getting a certain letter. They say, and I quote, "Everyone's a winner, but, you know, take that how you will with gacha-like stuff like this." Now, it's kind of funny how I went through that entire spiel about Ichiban Kuji, yet I didn't end up buying a single ticket.
I just saved myself a ton of money. Jesus Christ.
Taking a train ride back to the convention center made me think. I was half glad that I was almost done, but I was kind of sad to not have something to wake up to again. Walking back in, I walked around and holy shit, is that fucking Jesus Christ? Yeah, I found a Jesus cosplayer and That is probably the most interesting thing I will ever see in this convention hall. Moving that aside, everything was pretty much the same, except for the fact that there was a Beat Saber tournament at 2 PM. The time then was around 12, I think, so I just had to wander around a tiny bit more before I got back to enter my spot. They had a giant-ass Game & Watch that was fully playable, but the illusion was ruined once I saw that it was running off of a laptop underneath. They had another version of Tiger running that I think was the oldest version ever released on PS2. The controllers suck though. Should've gotten these instead. Artist Alley was just Artist Alley. There wasn't really anything that I wanted, so I barely looked at it. I hung around with JJ for a bit, but then I got lost from him for a bit.
I've been trying to find this robot for the past goddamn 15 minutes, and I don't know where he is. God damn it, I hate this so much.
Until I found him in the retro games booth.
Hey, did you see the robot? Oh, there he is.
Then, before I knew it, it was time for some Beat Saber. I'm gonna give a quick TLDR because it wasn't really that interesting, even though I spent like 2-3 hours there. So a bunch of people entered. I ended up making it to finals against another person, and I ended up winning the entire thing. And what did I get for winning, you might ask?
And all I got was a bag of chips and candy. Worth it.
After the tournament, I took a tram and went to a private arcade. And by private arcade, I meant that I went to a place that had a U-Beat Festo cab. I played a couple games there and it was pretty fun. But then I checked the time. And holy shit, the closing ceremony was happening right then. So, as quick as I can, I ran to the tram, took the first one back to the convention center, and just had to wait while I was missing out on stuff.
Meanwhile,
I'm Adam and I've been your secretary this year. This is Pikachu here. You'd think after 21 years we might have got him to evolve, but he's just gotten a little bigger.
Jesus Christ, this is what I missed out on? This sucks.
later.
And right then and there, I got back just in time for the auctions to happen. I sat down next to one of my friends and just watched people waste all their life savings away. Don't worry, the money was going to charity at least. And just like that, AVCon was over. And I was finally done with being an anxious wreck inside of a convention center. And now, here's a bunch of photos of Chunked face planted on the floor. To wrap up the entire weekend, I went out with a couple more friends to get some food, and I'm sure that's nothing, right? Then, after we finished our food, we were just gonna go home and psych, we played more DDR! This is the third time in the video that I've played DDR. Being serious though, I'd like to end this video by thanking the entire AVCon community for giving me the opportunity to record and act stupid inside of the event. I would have interviewed people, but I was too scared to interrupt everyone's experience. Plus, even though it sounds like I wasn't having fun, it's pretty much the opposite. I loved every second of it. Oh yeah, next year if you invite me back and let me host the auction, I'll be so thankful. Anyways, that's all for today, and I'll see you all sometime soon. Later!